It's the 28th of Jan at 4 o'clock. Thought I'd do today's video diary of a year in a motorhome while I'm out for a wander. Just doing a bit of investigation around this plot that I'm staying at, just to see if it could be a goer and see if Arthur would like it. And I noticed I had a look on Bing. Quick tip: on Bing Maps, there's an ordnance survey option, so you can take a look and see what footpaths there are and all that. So that's really handy. I had a quick look on Bing where I am, and there's a footpath just up the road towards Evesham that then goes into the fields, and it goes around the back of the houses at Evesham on the side where I'm staying near. It gets you onto the Shakespeare Avon Way, bridle path, footpath type thing. And then that circles round, and it's a nice big circuit walk. So yeah, this is where I am. My background is not bad considering I haven't travelled away from Pershore this time. Still got Breeden Hill in the background. I still do prefer being right out in the wild, seeing mountains and waterfalls and wild swimming and wild washing and going to the coast, but this year I'm also trying not to travel as much because of pollution and money. So this is pretty awesome. I've been busy this morning, spent longer in Pershore yesterday. I didn't get any jobs done because that's the agreement with this guy, that in exchange for staying on his plot whenever I like and come and go as I please, the exchange for that is keeping an eye on the plot when he's not there, and also doing a few odd jobs. So there's a lot of fallen branches and twigs and cut down branches and all that stuff, so I did a lot of clearing of that this morning. Had a fire to start getting rid of that stuff, so that was all good. And then I chilled out for a little bit, and then decided to do a bit of an investigation as to what's around and where I'm going now. I have no idea how far it is. I have said to the Fitbit that I'm going on a hike, so it will tell me how far I'm going. But this is also a really good run, so I'll be able to go for a good jog around if I'm staying here. It's always amazing the amount of land that you see when you get out into the countryside, and houses hidden away and all that sort of stuff. Is pretty cool, really. Lots of, well, a few different people that have obviously bought a bit of land and put in their own plot. Exactly the sort of thing I'd love to do, but at the moment I don't know where I'd want to do that. And I'm pretty happy about being free and being able to move around or stay whenever I want to, ultimately. So yeah, that for me is really important this year, getting super fit. I want to be, like, one of my life goals is to be the 80-year-old where people say, how the fuck does he do that? Bouncing around, running, fit and active. And that is ultimately all possible if we do the right things with our lifestyle. So yeah, I've been watching Only Murders in the Building, a few episodes this afternoon, as well as making some dinner. What I'm trying to do this time is not go shopping this week. Rather than topping up the stuff I really like, I've decided just to eat what I've got and make do. So that's also, I've got to just check where I'm going here. Public footpath. Now I think I might want to be going down the public footpath, so I might cut this off here. But do I need to go down here? No, I can keep walking this way and it will get me into the same village but from a different location. Yeah, so it's all good. So I'm using up things that I've got, aiming to save a bit of money. I've also been staying on the plot in the daytime, so I'm just getting used to where the sun is at this part of the year. And there is a spot where I can park, where I can start off with the rear facing west, facing east when the sun rises. A pretty cool sunrise this morning. It was lovely being outside, and that is something else I want to do based on the Huberman Lab podcast I listened to yesterday. That it's mega important to set our circadian rhythm properly, to be outside and watching the sunrise, and then be outside and watching the sunset, which I'm doing that now. That's pretty cool. I'm curious as to that, if that helps me stay asleep all night. And what is interesting is that There's these 2 nights on this plot of the nights that I've been tracking on the Fitbit, which to be fair is only a week. But the night I've just had, Saturday night, was my best night's sleep of all the ones that I've logged, and the night before was the next best. So that's a good sign that I'm obviously fairly comfortable there. So yeah, I've been early on, I was curious to spend the day here to see where the sun goes, because if I'm going to come here when I need to work, then I'll need the solar panels to be getting the most amount of sun possible to be charging the leisure battery. So I can basically start off with the rear facing east, and then as the sun progresses around the sky, I move slightly so then the rear faces west ultimately, although the sun doesn't really come up that high, so it's not quite facing east and then facing west, sort of south east and then southwest. So that's all good, but then that's a good sign that in summer the sun should be coming straight overhead, so that's pretty cool. And I've got a good view out across a field when I'm parked there as well. So I think that's it. There might be a few things that crop up later, but I'll include those in tomorrow's video diary. That's it.